Assalamu alaikum, dear cadets. In our lecture, we will discuss the actions controlled by the nervous system. Dear cadets, there are many actions which are all controlled by our nervous system. So, what are the types of these actions? Dear cadets, first of all, voluntary actions, the body actions which are performed under the conscious control, such as we can also say that which are done after thinking over them are called voluntary action. Dear cadets, we know that body actions which are performed under the conscious control. Conscious mean by thinking. So these the body action which are done after thinking over them. सोचने के बाद जो हम कोई भी एक्शन करते हैं तो उसे हम कहते हैं वॉलंटरी एक्शन फॉर एग्जांपल स्पीकिंग ईटिंग रीडिंग वॉकिंग रनिंग क्लैपिंग etc these all are voluntary actions. Next we have involuntary action, the body action which are performed without involvement of thinking process are called involuntary action. We come to know that the body action which are performed without thinking, without thinking, these processes are known as involuntary action. Dear cadets, these involuntary actions are not performed under conscious control. For example, heartbeat, breathing, blinking of our eyes, movement of small intestine, etc. These are the examples of the involuntary action. Dear cadets, next reflex action. This is also a type of an example of action which is controlled by our nervous system. There is an immediate and involuntary response to a stimulus is called a reflection. There is this response is immediate, फौरन फौरन होता है, इनवॉलंटरी होता है, विदाउट थिंकिंग होता है और स्टिमुलस को ये रिस्पॉन्स दिया जाता है. तो दिस response is known as reflex action. An immediate and involuntary response to a stimulus is called reflex action. क्रेडिट्स एग्जांपल हम अगर इसकी ले लें तो quick pulling of hand after touching the hot object is a common example of reflex action. Dear cadets, we can also see this figure that is showing that there are receptors in our hand, in our skin. These are known as pain receptors. And now we are going to touch a hot object, which is a burning candle. So when our finger of our hand gets touched to this burning candle, then we get pain because and when we get pain, we quickly pull our hand back. Actually, how this process occurs? Actually, pain receptors in our skin of our finger gets detects stimulus, which is the burning candle. Now, message from the receptor detects the stimulus, and now this receptor sends the message to the sensory neuron. Now sensory neuron carry this message and bring this message toward the spinal cord, not toward the brain. Dear cadets, here is spinal cord is involved in the process of reflex action. Brain is not involved. So main performance in the reflex action is of spinal cord. there are a little bit involvement of brain. Dear cadets, now sensory neuron carries message of the message toward the spinal cord. Now, spinal cord interneuron are present in it, and spinal cord quickly study and understand this message within no time, and send the message back to and send the message to the motor neuron. Now, this blue line is showing the motor neuron, and this motor neuron send the message carry the message toward the effector, which is our muscle of our hand, of our arm. So our muscles of our arm contract, and our hand comes back. It is pulled. So this is the process. Now, in this process, only our spinal cord is involved, and this is immediate and quick and involuntary. It was not thought by our brain to get our uh, hand back. So, dear cadets, we come to know different actions controlled by our nervous system. Stay blessed.